Just finished recording another episode of Facing Reality, another fantastic episode where I learned so much and gained so much insight into why people choose to go on reality television and how they feel about the process, what they gained from it, what they loved about it, what they were nervous for. This week I talked to Lacey and Celia, sisters from PEI. One is a performer, actress, dancer. One is a entrepreneur, business owner, also performer though, and does dancing. So they're both very charismatic people, the perfect people for reality television. They wanted to challenge themselves, and it was so sweet. Their reason why they went on the show, and even just I asked them more generally, like why they pursue things in life that are a little bit against the grain or against what is expected of them, and their answer is almost made me cry. Very, very sweet stuff. They were just a blast. It was the easiest interview. It went by really quick. We talked about reality TV. Both sisters had like a really different take on going into it. I don't want to. I'll leave it as a little teaser. But one was very. It kind of had much more reservations than the other one, and it might not be the person you think. So it's very interesting. I loved it. To talk to people who are really public facing about going on the show because, I've chatted with Louis, for example, who raced with his mom, was an actor as well. And he was very much like, well, because I'm an actor, I felt really comfortable being on screen on reality television, but that's not necessarily the case with everybody I'm learning who is a performer or an actor. So very great episode. I really appreciate everybody who has been watching the series. If you have been and you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, we're getting close to the end. After this, we have 5 teams left. And so catch new episodes here, Facing Realities, on Wednesdays afternoons. And we're getting down to the winners here. It's very exciting stuff. Again, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. So I was pretty devastated to see you guys go last night. How did it feel to watch that episode back?
Well, yeah, I was anxious kind of to watch this episode because obviously we knew the outcome, but like to see like you only know like your own experience in the day. So like for me, I always find it interesting seeing what's going on with the other teams too, because like I didn't know that Evie and Blake thought they were last. Like, I didn't realize that till I watched it, which was interesting because they were like so sure that they were last. Um, but yeah, watching it back and just like kind of reliving that, a lot goes on when you're in it. So to be able to kind of rewatch some of those moments, brings back a lot of memories. I think I was just like laughing a lot watching it, even though I was like kind of like standing on the mat with John. I just was like zoned out because I was like so sad. I was like, this can't be happening. So I was like trying to pretend it wasn't happening. But yeah, I'm really proud of us though. It was such a great experience.
Oh, that's so good. You guys should be so proud of yourself. I could not have done building to building.
Listen, I was kind of excited before I went up. And even actually like as I got hooked in, like I think you can hear me say I kind of laugh. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to take a while." Like I'm just kind of like, "Haha." And then once I'm actually up there and like my body's hanging, I realize how hard it's actually going to be.
It's killing me. I've never been this tired. I've never been in this much pain physically. I can't. And I'm just so scared that I'm not gonna be able to finish. Just calm down.
Were you guys fans of The Amazing Race before you auditioned? Like, what made you guys want to audition for The Amazing Race Canada?
Yeah, like we always watched The Amazing Race Canada and The Amazing Race growing up. Just like our dad always kind of had it on. So we knew what the show was and it looked like so cool. And I always wanted to do it, but I didn't think we ever would. But when the opportunity came up, I was like, okay, this must be a sign. And it also felt like a good time for us to do something together because we had a really hard year and, it just felt right. So I was like, hey, Celia, do you want to do this? And at first she was like, no.
What were your reservations?
I think honestly just reality TV in general was never on my radar. Like it was just not for me. Is how I always viewed it. However,
Why? Like, what were your
yeah,
thoughts on the genre at that time, and why it was something that you didn't feel you would want to be a part of?
I think honestly, it really scared me. That I'm an actor, right? So the idea that I could just be filmed and not be able to rehearse and plan, and it's gonna show me. Like that was what I was scared of, honestly. I was like, it's gonna show me where I'm at right now. And I had to make a little pact to myself of like, you're gonna just let yourself be seen as you are. And I'm really, really grateful for Lacey pushing me to do this, because that was a really cool part of this whole experience, to let go of trying to be perfect or trying to look perfect or anything, and just be like, this is me. This is, yeah, you know what? Sometimes I get a little stressed. Sometimes I cry. And sometimes I laugh. And that's
I love that so much. That's why I love the genre so much, actually. I feel it's really powerful in that way. And I'm so glad to hear that like you felt that as like a performer too. I think that's really cool. Do you think that it informed your work at all that way as a performer?
yeah, well, I mean, to be a great actor, like you have to be present, right? And when you're on this show, like if you're not present, you're not gonna do very well. And just letting go of, again, like that just idea of thinking about doing everything right and looking right, and just letting go and just existing, letting the camera capture whatever it captures of you. That was very freeing, and I think it does help actually my acting work.
Oh, that's so cool. Lacey, so you were like a little bit more excited, less reservations. How did you feel about the genre, and what made you so excited to be like, you know what, I want to get in there? And I think me and my sister can shake things up.
Well, yeah, like for me, I think I always kind of wanted to be on a reality show, not like a dating show, but like something like Big Brother Canada or The Amazing Race. Like that was always something on my radar. I just felt like it would be fun to just like see what it's like. I have some friends that have done reality shows and I kind of learned from them a bit too. So I just thought like I was like, Celia has a great personality. She's great on camera. We're funny together. We'll have fun. We'll rep the East Coast. And I was like, I just think we should do this. And again, it's just like you just throw yourself into trying all these new things and it's just like an amazing experience. Like Celia was saying how like for her, like from the acting perspective, like she kind of had to let go of like being perfect and that. Like and for me, like coming from like a business background, like for me it was really hard to go into all of these new situations and know that like I'm not necessarily going to be like really good at these things because I didn't realize that I was a perfectionist until the show because for like 10 years of my life I was running a pretty big company from a very young age and that was like my thing and I knew what I was good at and that's the only thing I did. So going on the show every day I had to throw myself into things that I've never done before and I'm not good at and I quickly learned that I have been doing nothing other than something that I'm like super confident in for a long time. So like it was really hard for a couple weeks to let that go and just accept that like it's okay to like not be perfect at everything. And Celia was always there to remind me. And even some of our camera crew were amazing, just like watching me kind of like let go of some of those layers and just see me like start to become myself like aside from my business and just know that like I can do other things. And like for me, that was a really big moment. And I left the race being like, okay, like I'm a person that can do lots of things and I don't have to be good at everything. And yeah, so.
Oh, that's so powerful. And you know, I think I've heard that echoed from a lot of your cast members, like right from the beginning, from Sam and Brendan, about the pushing yourself and kind of putting yourself in these really challenging things that you wouldn't do any other way. And there is a kind of like wholesome zaniness to a show like The Amazing Race Canada or Big Brother Canada, where it feels like dreamlike as well. And you get that bit of TV magic where you get to watch yourself back. So thank you for sharing that because I think that is a thing, a pattern that you see among reality TV performers that I don't think, you know, your general public is kind of realizing just how
Yeah.
powerful that experience can be, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to say you did rep PEI so well. I love that. The first PEI team on the Amazing Race Canada. And PEI is obviously a very beautiful, quaint, charming place. But I feel like there's some drama on PEI in some way. If PEI had a reality television show, that look like? Tell me all about it. And I want you two to star in it, obviously. So imagine yourselves in the center of that and tell me like what kind of drama PEI is bringing to the fold.
Oh, that would be a great show.
Drama could be endless. I mean, when you're in a small town, everyone knows, everyone thinks they know everything about everything you've ever done, everything you could ever be thinking, every move you could ever make. And it's
Like
all
you could take it in like any field. Like you could go like dating show in PEI and there'd be endless drama because everyone would be related. It would be so funny and it would just be like you already dated all of them probably and it's just like it would be so funny. Or you could go into like the fisherman community and like that could be its own drama thing or like them against the farmers or like I don't know. There's just like everything in PEI is like it's so supportive there. So there's like the two sides. There's like if people like you, you're good. You got like all the support you need and like you're set. But then if you do anything that's like outside of the box or like new, then people's opinions just come flooding out at you. And like for both of us, we've kind of done like untraditional paths for like people from PEI, I guess you could say. Like I started a business super young. I dropped out of high school. Like I did some questionable things you could say. And then Celia is performing and super successful in her career. And it's like there's not a ton of people from PEI that have that path. So it's like we have like a lot of support for what we do, but then there's also the people that are just like they'll never make it or like I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, that's super radical and cool. Like, good for you guys. I love that. What gave you that kind of like edge to see things a little differently or shoot for, what's not typical?
honestly, like straight up, our dad, he always told us to follow our dreams. That's the only thing he cared about. He's like, I don't care if you go to school, I don't care what you like, just whatever you want to do it. Like your biggest dreams, just don't give up on them. Just go. And like he always told us that. I think he had some pretty big dreams when he was younger, and I don't know that he had the support to feel like he could follow through with them. He was a really incredible athlete, and so yeah, he just like instilled that into our brains in a way that I think we both have this energy of like we can truly accomplish whatever we put our minds to, and we won't stop until we do.
Yeah, we hoped we'd make it farther, but we both feel really proud to have had the chance to represent PEI and grateful to travel the country and also share our stories and be vulnerable and show the moments of struggle and that nothing comes easy.
It's brought us really close together because we've seen each other in like our most vulnerable moments.
I hope through running this race, Lacey and I have inspired even just one person to not give up and to remember there's so much beauty out there to keep living for.
There's no one else I could have done this with or that I'd want beside me for life as well. So,
Lacey and Celia, thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being here. Thanks for giving it your all.
I love you. I love you. I love you too.
And so I need to know, what are you guys working on now and what are your future dreams now that you've crossed this dream off your bucket list, which is very, very cool. I'd love to know how we can follow along with your guys' journey.
Yeah, I'm continuing to work in the film and TV world, and also I help women who are feeling stuck and sort of caught in comparison really step into their most confident, authentic selves, without toxic diet culture starving themselves and all the intense comparisons that the wellness industry brings. So that's sort of something I'm really, really passionate about stepping into this next chapter of my life.
That's so beautiful. And it aligns perfectly with, all the things that you're saying you went on the race for and what you learned on the race. And I wanted to mention that actually. Thank you for bringing that up. I think what you guys talked about on the show in terms of mental health and being there for each other was really, really powerful and special. So thank you for that. Lacey, where can we follow you and see what you're up to lately?
I'm kind of in a new chapter that I think the race kind of inspired me to step into. So, like I said, I owned a business for 10 years. Since I was 16, I decided to close that business because I have so many other dreams and things I wanted to tap into. And the race really showed me like there's a lot out there, there's a lot more I can do. So, as of now, I moved to Moncton, the big city. I moved to Moncton and I'm working on one of my other dreams, which is bringing dance into the hockey world. So I'm starting a kids hip hop crew for the local junior hockey team here. And my goal is to grow that and hopefully get dance into the hockey scene and make that a thing because it's not really a thing. So that's what I'm working on.
That is so cool. Okay, that is a reality show in itself.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I love that concept. I'm brainstorming names right now. I can't thank you guys enough. I'll definitely be following along both of your journeys. Thank you guys so much for putting yourselves out there, facing reality, and giving us so much to think of and enjoy in terms of watching from a viewer's perspective. So I can't thank you guys enough. I was not recording. Oh, yes, I was. Yes.